Hello and welcome to the show. Happy holidays. Listen, I am excited. I don't know about you, but this is the day after Christmas. And I want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. Listen, happy holiday to you and yours. I am excited because we have a renowned person that's on the show. But I always tell you, this year is about being grateful. And, it's about being grateful and thanking God for all that he's done in your life as he continues to bless you, as he continues to give you all the things that you need and what he wants you to do, not what you want to do, what he wants you to do. So I want you to remember that as you're thinking about being grateful in this season and give in this season. All right. Let me tell you what, on today's show, this show, the day after Christmas, we have none other than the renowned Chef Carlos Brown. And so he's going to be joining us. As I say, listen, just sit back, relax, and enjoy because it's coming up next.
The Cecil Williams South Carolina Civil Rights Museum is the Palmetto State's first and only museum. It honors a generation of people, black and white, throughout the state of South Carolina who deserve to be remembered for their unselfish commitments and sacrifices. Enjoy an immersive and entertaining virtual tour. For more information, visit www.cecilwilliams.com.
Hello, everybody. It's Finkley of The Michael Finkley Show, and you're watching Gold right now. Why? You're watching The Tammy Show. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the show. I've got to give a shout out to Dr. Michael Finkley, my dear friend, who is now a Grammy-nominated artist. And yes, we're going to find out if he's going to win that Grammy. I say he's already got it. But anyway, Michael, congratulations again, and thank you, as always, for your support. All right, I told you, this person that's on the show, phenomenal. What can I say? Devoted husband to his beautiful wife, LaShawn. Dedicated father, CEO, entrepreneur, philanthropist, and more. You've seen him with Magic Johnson, recently Tabitha Brown, Oprah Winfrey, Viola Davis, the Dallas Cowboys, and the list goes on and on and on. And so I want to welcome him and come on back out from backstage, my dear friend, Chef Carlos Brown.
Hello.
Hey, Chef, man, you look great. You look fabulous in your red.
And my red. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you, for sure.
Yes, sir. You too. It is such a pleasure to have you on the show. Chef, I always get excited when I talk with you because you're from the Low Country. We are Gullah Geechee. We are Charleston folks. And, for some people that remember the show when I was in my kitchen and I was cooking, and you were cooking in your kitchen as well. This was a few years. This is when I first started Tammy on the YouTube channel.
That's true.
And so I want people to hear your own words. Who is Chef Carlos Brown?
Well, very humble guy. Chef Carlos is very humble, very laid back. People says, you don't ever tell everything about you. I said, well, I do. I'm just kind of like, I'm from the Low Country, country boy from Hanover Street in Charleston, South Carolina, who's had the opportunity to travel the world and to work with a lot of celebrities. And a lot of these are just blessings. Being humble, I've gotten me so many different and so many platforms. So I'm so certainly grateful for all those things. I'm a writer. My new book is coming out. So, hey, that's what I do. And I'm just excited about that. That tells my story from where I came from. And I mean, it's always a pleasure to be with Tammy. She's the best. So if she call, I'm coming. If she calls me, I am coming.
You know how we do it. I really appreciate that. You just warmed my heart when you said that, Chef. And you have been so busy. I wanted to ask you, what is it like being in the journey that you're on right now? What does that do to you? How do you feel?
Well, I told somebody I was going to retire, right? And I'm like, they said, "Oh, you can't retire." I said, "Yeah, you're right. I can't." This journey is just I love people. I love feeding people. I love entertaining people. It's exciting to be able to save hospitality, to bring back those things that are missing from our home. So, I mean, that's what it's about for me. You know, seeing the smiles on people's face, changing lives is my mission, to go forth and change lives. And I do that through food, and I do it through entertainment with food. So
That's right.
that's who I am.
That's right. And Chef, recently, as you were talking, you were talking about lessons that you learned. And I want to ask you about that because I want to take you back to Hanover Street and with your beautiful mother, and God rest her soul. And I mean, just all that she taught you. What were those lessons that she taught you that has helped you through this journey now?
The number one lesson I've learned was a humble child will always taste the grace. Mom would preach that to us all the time. Remain humble. Don't stay in your lane. You know, she gave us those valuable lessons. And then she taught us something very important. You may be on Hanover Street, but make sure that Hanover Street is not in you. So she's taught us about where we was. So we never thought we was in poverty. We always thought that we were wealthy because we had a wealthy mom that made sure we had wealthy food in our stomach. So she took care of us. Clean. She made sure we were clean. Nobody knew. If we didn't tell nobody we live on the project, they would never knew.
Yeah, how about that? How
Yeah.
about that? So what were some of the lessons that you learned that you're teaching your children now?
I teach them to one, become a good steward. You know, don't follow the crowd. You know, don't be a crowd follower. Stay humble, stay focused. Listen to your elders because sometimes the young people forget about the elders, right? Those that have paved the way for you. Listen to those people, and they're taking it in, and keep God first. Bottom
Yeah,
line.
yeah, that's it. The bottom line, the bottom line. What was the inspiration for you to really start cooking and really start your business?
Well, cooking started. My mom was very inspirational in me cooking because um, we didn't have a whole lot financially, but I would be in the kitchen with her, and she's mixing up cakes and making biscuits, and I would be there licking that bowl because I knew we had more siblings, and I said, well, you know what? To make sure everybody have enough, I'll just be the taster. And so
Mm,
I taste what we're mixing up. By the time for dinner, I'm good and full. And so all those ingredients got into my soul and got into my spirit. And here I am today. So those fruits of my labor came back to me.
wow. You talk about in the kitchen. What was your mother's favorite dish to make and what you love? What was your favorite as well?
Oh my God. Everything she cooked was great.
Macaroni and
Everything.
cheese.
The mac and cheese, bread pudding. You know what? She made an okra soup.
Oh,
So most people know, that's my
mm,
thing right there. So most people know that okra is from Africa.
yes.
And my mom would make that dish and it would be so exciting. I remember one time bringing LaShawn to the house and her family, and my mom had okra soup, and they were like, "What's that?" I said, Don't question these other people, you just eat it." And LaShawn tasted it and she went, "Oh my God, it's fabulous." So yeah, we bring back the heritage, man. My mom was super, super good in the kitchen. She was a chef of her own, for real.
That's
For real.
right. And,
Yes.
and what is it like now for you traveling around the world and talking about being from Charleston and being Gullah Geechee? What is that like for you now?
It's exciting because I remember one time, and you know this, probably know this too. I would think that if someone called you Geechee, you get upset. you know that was the wrong word to call us. We got it was an insult, but I embraced it. I love it. I took that heritage. I'm teaching it around the world, places that people they'll be surprised what they're eating. I'm saying, hey, let's talk about our history, where we came from, and make sure they get clear on that. And then they started realizing, oh, we're part of your history too. So the education part has been fabulous for sure.
Wow. Yeah, yeah, Chef, because when you recently announced and I was there for your launching of your sauces in Charleston at the International African American Museum. And it was just amazing how people gravitated towards you. But not only that, all of the food, of course, and how you talked about how you were raised and being Gullah Geechee and knowing that this is what you wanted to educate people on around the world so that they know about Charleston, so that they know what they're eating is a part of our history. And I will never forget that because it just warmed my heart to see that.
Absolutely. That was a fantastic moment being there, being in that museum and looking at the faces of our heritage, some family members that own those walls.
Yeah.
It just did my heart well to be able to launch my sauce in that place. So to me, I just picked up another part of history, and I kept the history, and I keep the history rolling right now. People like learning about the Gullah history. It's exciting. Some imitate it, often imitation,
Yeah.
often imitated,
Imitated.
but
That's right. That's right.
but never duplicated.
That's it. That's it. That's it. Come on.
So
Come on. And
we
what you say? I'm sorry, Chef.
I said, and we always bring it that way. I tell people,
That's
hey, you can imitate us, but you can't duplicate
can't
us.
duplicate. That's right. That's right. Talking about the sauces, I think I told you this. Now it's time for me to order my wing sauce and to order my steak sauce. And I think this time I'm going to get some of the sauce that goes on the salad because I didn't get that. And so, so I have to order mine. So let's talk about what you're doing. And I talked about Tabitha Brown, Oprah Winfrey, Viola Davis, Magic Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal. The list goes on and on. What's it like to be a part of the celebrity world like that? Of these class act celebrities and being able to cook for them. What's that like for you?
Well, the good thing about it, even with those guys, I was able to get them in a humble place as well, because they didn't know our history. I mean, some of them do, but most of them don't know the history of the Gullah Geechee. And so to be able to cook for them and ignite their spirit, talking about the dishes and where it came from and, the sauces, that brings joy to me because they now know that, we're just not somebody that's in the room that's trying to cook for a celebrity, but he's somebody that wants to educate and give us knowledge of what we're putting in our mouth. And he's keeping it very real with us. So they're able to have a conversation with me. Now, there's some celebrities, I tell people, some people can't walk into a celebrity room because they go in, they want to get autograph, and I never done any of those things. Matter of fact, I remember when I worked with Oprah, she asked me for my autograph.
All right.
Pretty nice,
And people,
right?
that's it. That's what's supposed to happen.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's a blessing. That is a blessing. Just like it's a blessing to go to the Smithsonian, the National African American Museum in D.C. and see your photo there and your recipe and everything in the museum, in the National Museum in D.C.
Yeah. And that's awesome. My grandchildren was in. I don't look like a grandfather, do I?
No, you don't. I was just getting ready to say that.
My grandson, they were in D.C. and my son sent me pictures of the boys pointing to my picture in the Smithsonian, and they were like, they was writing an essay in school when they're in Alabama, and my grandson wrote, my grandfather is in the Smithsonian and he's still alive.
Look at that.
That was kind of cool. And they sent the pictures. I'm like, oh, those guys are so cute.
Oh, that's
that's
so
certainly
special.
an honor. I love that moment. Yes.
I love that. I love that for you. Yeah, you don't look like a grandfather. We're still young. You know what I'm saying? We're still 25. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're young. Yeah, for sure.
That's right. Listen, Sheriff, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about Christmas and about the holiday, what that means to you. Okay, yes. We'll be right back, folks. We'll be right back. Okay.
The Orangeburg County Conference Center supports downtown Orangeburg and our surrounding communities. The 6,000 plus square foot space is ideal for groups of up to 400 people attending corporate meetings, conventions, workshops, and special events. Conference Center staff are inspired to ensure that everyone can enjoy the modern amenities. State-of-the-art ballroom that accommodates up to 400 guests banquet style and 430 guests theater style. A warming kitchen with hot boxes, ice machine, refrigerator, freezer, and counter space. A lobby that accommodates 150 guests with special events outdoors. The comfortable outdoor amphitheater has a video wall and seating. Adjacent to the amphitheater is 12,000 plus square feet of green space that extends events outside, plus complimentary on-site event parking and additional parking across the street. Your event can take place all in one spectacular location. We welcome your special event in Orangeburg.
Hey, you're watching The Tammy Show. And remember to keep it cool with me, AC.
Welcome back to the show. If you're just joining us, I'm speaking with the renowned Chef Carlos Brown. Chef Carlos, my friend. Hey! Listen, as we were talking earlier about all the things that you've been doing, but I want to take this time in this segment to really touch on the holiday, because everybody wants to know when a chef cooks. Sometimes people say chefs cook and then they get tired of cooking. But do you ever get tired of cooking, Chef?
Never get tired of cooking. Everybody expects me to cook. So, hey, it's fun. And normally, this is a fun fact. LaShawn usually cooks for Christmas.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Normally she cooks, and she kind of like, give him a day off, but then at some point I get in the kitchen. I can't sit down for a minute. So that's how it works.
That's right. So you've got family that's there with you now for the holiday. And yes. What's the favorite dish that everybody wants you and or LaShawn to cook?
This is gonna be funny. So Christmas time, we usually do the Italian theme.
Really?
Yes. We usually do an Italian theme. So LaShawn will make lasagna, right? That's what she made. She made lasagna, and they stuck on that lasagna every year. But they do not forget that we need to put some yams somewhere. So normally there's some yams coming from somewhere. Also, we make it really fun. So it's a laid back time, a little different from a Thanksgiving. Right. We go all out. Since my mom passed, I really haven't. Holiday's been a little rough sometimes, but yes. Her family has embraced me. Her mom is my mom. Her dad is my dad, and so we've, I love being around them, and it's made a big difference. I still keep in touch with my sisters and brothers. We get on the calls, and we do a Zoom call. We pray together. We celebrate our holiday as well. So that we get on there laughing and cutting up like we used to, because that's what Mom would want us to do. She would want us to move on and be excited about moving on. So that's right. That's what we do.
Yeah, that's right. For us that have lost our parents, it is the holidays are difficult, but we push through. And like you said, you have that family that already embraces you. So now talk about what you all, as far as a tradition, what's a Christmas tradition that you do every year?
Well, the first thing we do every morning, we get up, we pray together as a family, which I think is exciting. We also take the kids out, and we go out and help in communities. So we go to different charities. We feed other people because that's who we are. So we'll feed a family. So we do those things right at Christmas morning before we come back together. That's what we do, and we'll go out and make sure, because I want our kids to understand it's more than just a gift under the Christmas tree, to be able to give to others. And that's what we're teaching them, how to become a giver. And it's exciting to see that, because my kids love doing it. My son, they love giving. So that's good.
That is wonderful. Listen, you and LaShawn are doing all the things that are right. So let's talk about when you have the opportunity to cook for someone. What is a dish that people always want you to fix?
Shrimp and grits.
I knew you was gonna say that. I knew you was gonna say that.
Shrimp and grits is the dish. I'm telling you, that is the dish. People love the
So
shrimp and grits.
So, Chef, talk about because everybody thinks they can make shrimp and grits, but I will tell you, folks, if you have not had Chef Carlos's shrimp and grits, you haven't had shrimp and grits. So, Low Country shrimp and grits is different than somebody that's cooking it in New York or that's cooking it in DC, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
What
Yes.
makes your recipe different than anybody else's recipe when it comes to shrimp and grits?
It is the sauce, number one, and it's also the stone ground grits or the corn. We use fresh corn in our grits, and so a lot of people don't know that's for that. They dry that corn away, and we just shred it really nice. And oh my God, yeah! I mean, it cooks for a long time. I remember coming to Atlanta, going to a restaurant, and they had shrimp and grits on the menu. And the guy wanted me to come in the kitchen while they were making shrimp and grits. And they put the grits in the bowl and throw some, it was like some peppers and onions and the shrimp. And I went, that's it? there's no sauce? There's no nothing to this? And oh yeah, people love our shrimp and grits. So then I had my son with me and I said, hey, Colin, he said, I'm gonna try the shrimp and grits. He ate the shrimp and grits. He said, oh no, Daddy, this ain't gonna work. So the guy recently, we partnered up on a couple of things, and he recently just added my shrimp and grits to his menu.
Wow, come on, Chef. That is fabulous. That is fabulous. So talk about, while we're talking about that, that's an accomplishment. What would you say has been your biggest accomplishment?
Probably the shrimp and grits, of course, being at Smithsonian Museum. When you don't know you're going there, and then someone call you on the phone and say, hey, and sent you a picture of you sitting in the Smithsonian Museum. It's like unbelievable. I jumped on a plane right away and I flew out. I was in Minnesota with the Minnesota Vikings at the time. Straight on out to the DC, and that was all she wrote. I
Wow.
just like, wow, yes. So
Wow.
that was a great experience.
So, Chef, would you say you're living your best life and all the dreams that you have, or do you still have more dreams to come?
There's a couple more things I'm trying to accomplish. One is the James Beard Award. I truly believe that I deserve it. And so I'm looking for it. I'm working hard to get it, whether it be for working with children, autistic children, getting these kids acclimated with culinary and using their arts and their skills. That's giving back to the community, or putting them in front of my shrimp and grits.
Wow. Well, Chef, tell everyone what I know what it is, the James Beard Awards. Tell everyone what it is, so for those that don't know, this high acclaimed award.
Oh yeah, so I call it the like the Oscars for movies. It is
Yes,
the James Beard is for um for culinary. It's the
that's
highest
right.
award you get, and so it's super super great. And I'm just really in love with the fact that hey, now it's time to be passed down in our communities, and to see some of the guys that I do know that is getting it now. It
Mhm.
brings joy to my heart because we've been cooking for such a long time. Our history is food, and now that we're getting recognized for it, why not get the James Beard Award?
That's right. That's right. So, Chef, what's the latest project that you're working on that you can share with us?
I am now working with Josh Norman, NFL superstar, and we're working with we got a coffee brand. A coffee is called Omni Coffee and Eggs. It's a very royal place to be in. If you come in there, the people dressed up in costume. The coffee is fabulous. The breakfast is amazing. It's a place you want to see. It's like walking into another world. when you walk into this building. So we're doing that. We're also doing we're working with the federal governor. So we're doing some really unique things, and it's coming in everybody's city. We're really putting them up. Now, don't forget about the sauce, and then Shrimp and Grits is about to hit some other new places as well.
All
So
right.
we're working hard to make sure this is successful for coming into 2025 for sure.
Right. You built such a fabulous brand, and the Omni Coffee and Eggs is located on Peter Street in Atlanta, Georgia. Am I correct in saying that?
You're correct. Yeah,
That's right.
it's a must stop by place. You will be amazed. The royal treatment that you will get when you walk in there is fantastic.
Well, I'm coming, and when I come, I'm gonna call you and LaShawn and let you all know that I'm in town, so I can visit the Omni Coffee and Eggs. So Chef, when we talk about a philosophy that you live by, what's your philosophy that you live by?
I live by that humility. I stick with that word, being humble. And it is the grace that I am where I'm at today. And so I stand on that. I stand on truth, integrity. Those things that those are the accomplishments I made. So I wanted to continue to stand on that, and being able to help others for sure.
Mm-hmm. And what's next for you, Chef? What's next?
Well, once I hit this beer award, this new restaurant about to open up, and maybe my book.
That's what. Yes.
My book is
When is it coming out?
So we're planning on early 2025. That book is going to hit the shelf. We've already got a lot of lined up places where I'm coming to speak at for 2025. New York City. There's a lot of big things happening with the book, and I'm telling you, Saving Hospitality is something you want to read because it's now bringing families back to the tables. And we're just not coming here just to laugh. And we're also coming there to feast on great food. We're also coming there to talk about our daily living, because cell phones and computers have taken over. We're coming to take it back. We're taking it back to, and we're taking it back to the table where we can, when families discuss praying together and eating together. That's what we're doing with hospitality.
Wow. And that's what's the name of the book?
Saving Hospitality.
Saving Hospitality. Wow. And it's coming out. So you're gonna come back and talk about it, and
Yes,
and I'm gonna get a copy, an autographed copy.
Absolutely.
So that we will talk about saving, because Chef, as you're talking about that was a big thing. I think that was coming from the Low Country. That's something that we all did. We sat at the table at dinner time, everybody as a family, and we talked.
Yes.
You talked about your day. You talked about current events. You prayed together. Any problems that you had, you may have talked about that at table. Everybody might have gotten mad, but hey, you were at the table together. Wasn't a cell phone.
I'm telling you,
didn't have that.
The good old days, as they say. That was the day.
That's right. That's right. Well, Chef, I am just so happy that you could take this time and be on the show with me today. I know that you all have family there now for the holiday. And so I know that you've got to get back to your family, but I want to say thank you so very much. And I want you to tell me 3 words that describe you.
3 words that describe me. Oh boy. Joyous can be one. Peaceful and loving.
And loving. That's right. And that's all your 3 words: joyous, peaceful, and loving. Chef, listen, give everybody my love. Thank you so much. And may you all continue to be blessed. I pray that God will continue to bless you and your family. Y'all have a happy holiday and enjoy this Christmas time together.
Thank you. Bless you much. We love you as well.
Love
Happy
you.
holidays. Yes.
Thank you. All right. Take care, Chef.
Take care. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you. All right. Listen, you heard it right here. Chef Carlos Brown, the renowned Chef Carlos Brown, doing great things, and from Charleston, South Carolina, internationally known, as we say. And he came on the Tammy Show. And, I love him, love LaShawn, and I just want to thank you all so much for that. And folks, I want to thank you for tuning in to the Tammy Show. Yes, this is a holiday and you took time to be on the show with us. So we want to thank you and we pray that God will continue to bless you. I want to thank my producer, Alicia, associate producer, Willie, my social media and guest coordinator, Ashley. Couldn't do it without you, both of you. And so I want to thank you. Please remember to subscribe to the Tammy TV show. That's a YouTube channel. That's our YouTube channel. All you have to do is hit that red button. And when you hit the red button, it will notify you about the show coming on. We've got a great show planned for you next week. And yes, it is the beginning of the new year. And so we're going to be talking with Dr. Tamika Purcell. She's going to come on. And guess what we're talking about? What's in your wallet? Okay. All right. So listen, remember, let's be a blessing to somebody today and every day. Thank you again for joining the show and happy holiday. Merry Christmas, happy Hanukkah, and happy Kwanzaa. Love you much. Till the next time. Bye-bye.